This episode is brought to you by The Author's Mark, Juxtabook's 12-month professional publishing experience for nonfiction authors beginning in January 2026. It's a high-touch, guided journey that includes personalized one-on-one coaching, group sessions with industry experts, and a live in-person workshop, all designed to take your book from idea to published platform in 12 months or less. Only 12 authors will be accepted in this first cohort. Learn more and book your discovery call today at juxtabook.com/authorsmark. Have you ever thought to yourself, can self-publishing actually pay off? Like, it's not just going to get your book out there and you're not going to make money off it, but that it can really generate real revenue, real return on investment, real ROI, real traction. I've told many authors this, that your money will not be made on the book. It will be made on everything that you offer outside of the book, especially when it comes to nonfiction books. Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how it can with a real client example that we'll walk through who launched their book last month. And it hasn't even been a full month yet. And they've already created a ton of profit from the way we're approaching sales than you would be able to with most traditionally published authors. And later in this episode, I'm going to break down the exact ROI comparison between direct sales, Amazon sales, and traditional publishing sales, including the actual profit per book in each scenario. So that's coming up toward the end, so stick around for the end. This is Your Path to Publish. I'm your host, Zach Christensen. For the past decade, our team has guided authors just like you to find the best path to publish your book, get people excited to buy it even before it launches, and to turn it into the ultimate business card to build your business and your legacy. If you are ready to get your book out of your head and into people's hands, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. So let's first talk about why self-publishing done strategically is not just a publishing path, it's a revenue model. Self-publishing, as you know, is more accessible than ever. But really, as we get down to it and really be honest with ourselves, the accessibility to it and the barriers that have been lowered doesn't really mean you'll automatically be profitable on your book. And the challenge with that is you've invested a lot, you've spent a lot of time and effort in getting your book done and finished and out there and published, and you want to just make enough, even just to break even as an author as you're putting your book out there. And a lot of authors, when you go to that point where you hit publish on Amazon, you're crossing your fingers and hoping that the algorithm will do the work. And when the sales don't come, you think, well, maybe I chose the wrong publishing path. Or maybe my book isn't good enough. Or maybe I'm not cut out for marketing. Don't beat yourself up, because 99% of the time you can change it. It's not the book and it's not you as the author. It's really the strategy that's behind it. Self-publishing works best when you pair it with a focused book marketing plan, and really most importantly, when you understand how to leverage direct sales to dramatically increase your publishing ROI. And when you have a thought out plan, not going everywhere, not trying to do every activity, but when you have a good runway with a plan, and honestly, even if you don't, you can still have a strong publishing ROI. It'll just look different than one with a big launch. So leveraging direct sales from your website and from client engagements can dramatically increase your ROI. And this is exactly what one of my clients did, and the results have really been astonishing, and I'm really excited and looking forward to as we continue to market their book. So let me walk you through it. This client launched their hardcover book on October 24th. So as of this recording, it's November 13th, 2025. So it hasn't even been a full month yet. So we integrated everything through their website, e-commerce checkout. They were using WooCommerce. And then we used BookVault for the printing and fulfillment. And then on top of that, we had really a simple marketing plan to get things going because of the busyness of the author. And then we'll do more in the beginning of the new year. But this plan really consisted of just leveraging their current social media connections, which they have curated over many, many years and are very active. And we really focused on just a simple posting strategy that talks about the book, talks about their journey, and has the benefits for the author's audience in the post. So there was no ads, there was no complex funnels around this. This is really important to understand because really nothing here required a large team, a huge budget, or having a gigantic platform. This author has a very engaged audience because they have done a good job building up their personal brand as a speaker over the years. All right, so now let's get into the numbers. So the print cost of the hardcover, because that's what we have out there, is $9.78 through BookVault. And we're currently retailing the book at $32. Through their website, they're offering a 15% discount. And when you're doing it through your website, your buyer is paying the shipping. So that's one of the reasons why we discounted it, to help make sure we're competing with the Amazon free shipping. So running these numbers after the print cost is taken out, after the discount and some smaller fees, they're making, drumroll please, $15 to $18 per direct sale. That's net profit for the book. That's not revenue. So let's go through the actual copies sold, because great, you can make $15 to $18 per book, but if you're actually not selling copies, no big deal, right? So in the first week, just through their website and through a few posts on their social media, they've sold 85 copies. And these are all through just doing consistent posts, talking about the launch, how excited they are about the launch, and engaging with their audience. Through November so far, so 13 days into November, they've been averaging 2 to 3 direct sales per day from their websites. This is no ads, no influencer endorsements, just clear messaging, strong positioning, and consistent posting. And on top of that, they've been reaching out to their clients who love their content even before the book came out, and they've thus far sold 200 additional client copies. So let's pause here and think about this a bit. If you're an author who is a speaker, consultant, coach, or thought leader, bulk sales are huge. You may not be able to integrate right now through your website, through e-commerce, but bulk sales are where you can make that serious money by adding it and bundling it on with your current services, and by reaching out to past clients. Because if they enjoyed you, they enjoyed your content, and they've seen a value and benefit from it, they're going to want to get your book. So jumping back to the client, the total direct sales to date, let's run those numbers. So 85 books in week 1 with a $15 to $18 profit each. So let's take a look at this month in November. They're selling about 2.5 books per day through their website. And if we push that through to the full month of November, they'll make and sell about 100 books during November. And if we average the profit at $16 each, that's $1,600 in profit. Now, coupling that with the 200 bulk copies at around $10 each in profit conservatively, we're combining that together and we're just under $5,000, $496 in profit. That's not revenue, keep in mind, that is profit. And the best part is the book is only just beginning its life. And here's the part that most authors don't realize. You don't need to sell thousands of books to make meaningful revenue. You just need the right sales channel with the right audience. So here's the simple math for the direct sales for the publishing ROI. The profit is $15 to $18 per book. And as a bonus, you get the customer's email address. So you now own the relationship. You control the pricing. If you have it integrated, you can upsell the workshops, coaching, and speaking. This is a hugely profitable channel for authors. Let's take a step back now and compare that to Amazon. Amazon is important. You should be there. You should be getting reviews. But Amazon will pay you differently. So using the same $32 hardcover example for my client, Amazon will take 40% off of the retail price for the book. Then you're left with about $19.20. You subtract the print cost, which will be probably around $6 to $7 for that, maybe $8. So your net profit is going to be between $6 and $9 per sale. So that's not bad, honestly. Amazon will still beat traditional publishing by a mile, but it's only half the profit of direct sales. And Amazon doesn't give you the customer emails to get buyer insights and give you the ability to follow up and build long-term value. Amazon does give you some visibility, especially as you do focus on it and you get more sales. Direct sales really offers you some strong profitability. Now, what I'm not saying is that you should get rid of Amazon. You still want and need both, because someone may find your book and discover it and then may check out Amazon to make sure it has good reviews before they choose to buy it or engage with you as a speaker consultant or coach. So you still need both. Now, if you're not familiar with this, this may surprise you. Let's walk this through the traditional publishing math. So let's say the retail price is $32. Amazon still takes its 40% on average, so that leaves $19.20. Through a traditional publisher, they will receive better printing rates and costs, but it may be dropped down to around like $5 for a hardcover book. So you factor out of the $19.20, maybe $5 or $6, but then you're going to receive 10 to 15% on that net profit. Okay, you're not getting it on the retail. So you're going to make $3 to maybe $4.80 if you're lucky, but it might even be lower, around $1.98 per copy. So really let that sink in. Direct sales is going to be $15 to $18 in profit. Amazon sales is $8 to $9 in profit. And traditional publishing, you might be around $2 to $3 in profit on the sale of your book. Now, there are trade-offs. You may not have had to put as much money up front in traditional publishing, but you're still doing all the marketing. And it may be giving you a bigger exposure, and you might have some other wins with traditional publishing. I'm not saying traditional publishing is bad, but from a profitability standpoint, if that's one of your values and key drivers for this, you're not going to be making the profit that you would like. At this point, you might be thinking, great, but this author had the audience. That's true. So this is where you need to figure out, using this framework, how exactly you want to build those direct sales. So first, think about build your sales pathway first before you launch. And so that means all the technology, the website, checkout is ready. You have the BookVault integration already in. You've tested it and everything is good to go from the technological standpoint. And coupled with that, you'll want a clear landing page and a clear flow with buy now when someone gets right to your website. This is really the engine behind what you're doing. And then second, use a focused strategy with your audience. That could be through social media, your email, or just sending text messages to everyone that you know to get things started. And if you might be using this to build your audience at first, and then you can continue to build that further and further and get more sales. It really depends on where you're starting out right now. So to recap, direct sales can be an incredible option to increase your publishing ROI, but you need to make sure you have all the technology set up. And if you don't right now, that's okay. You can still go through the retail channels such as Amazon when you're getting started and then build it up over time. BookVault, which is a tool I'm a big fan of right now, they easily integrate with stores such as Shopify, Wix, WooCommerce, and more are being added all the time. So you can, for an small expense, I would say upfront, get everything integrated and then start selling directly from your website. Thanks for listening to this episode today. If this was helpful, please follow your path to book publishing on your preferred podcast provider. Give us a review and share and let someone else know about this episode. We're continually trying to reach more authors and provide the best content and value possible with helping you and them get your book out there into the world. Keep writing, keep publishing, keep marketing, and keep going out there to have the impact that you want to have. Thank you for listening today.